let's talk a little bit about the business side of ArchViz, how you manage projects and how you actually price projects and how you even showcase your work. So what I have here is a template I built in Notion, calling it the ArchViz Project Manager. And this is based off of my own system I use to manage my projects. So I want to walk you through this, and then I want to talk a little bit about how I actually come up with the prices for my services. So check this out. If you've never used Notion before, it's a fantastic tool. It's a great way to store data, whether that's notes, task lists, databases, and that's exactly what this is. This is a database of all projects. So you type in a project title or a project name, and it gives you a page. Within this page, you have all these different properties that correlate to these fields. So whatever I put here goes right here. And what's nice about these fields is they can be drop downs, they can be numbers, they could just be text. So here, if this is a repeat client, you can actually put that client's name in there, you can select it, and then you can move on to the next column. So this is priority. This is basically like my queue. So this is my backlog. So I would go from 0 all the way to 5. So this way, if the client's asking, how much time do I need? I could say, I basically have 3 projects ahead of you, give me an extra week or so. Then the next column is all about the job status. So this is really important when you're working with, collaborators, as well as, just being organized. What is the phase the job is in? Are we, in negotiation phase, planning phase? Is it in progress? Is it completed? And what's cool about that is you can actually take any of these selections and make a view. So I could literally just see completed views, and I can also see it in a card view, which is like this nice big blow up image of the project. So that's kind of nice. It's all the same data, just in a different way of displaying it. So you've got that. Then you also have job type. You can put in if it's exterior, interior, aerial. And I like doing this because at the end of the year, I could just reflect and see, okay, 70% of our work was exterior, 20% was aerial, something like that. It's a good way to just keep track of the type of work you're doing. And these are all drop downs. So literally how I use Notion to run my side business, I've got it right here for you. Then this field is active bids before a contract is signed or anything. And we're just talking about how much it would cost, basically a quote. I put that number in here. And then based on what happens, if the project goes forward or not, I can put money towards it. So let's say it's a partial payment. They only give me 400. They've paid 400. That's what this column is for. Then it tells me the fee remaining. So I have 400, right? Because 400 plus 400 is 800. And this is the total fee for the job. And you can move these columns around, once you duplicate it and everything. So it's really, really nifty. I also include whether or not I've invoiced them or not, because if you don't invoice your clients, you don't get paid. So it's important you have somewhere where it's asking you or telling you you need to invoice someone. And you can even create a view that just has projects that haven't been invoiced or not. So again, this is the only way I can stay organized. Otherwise, I'm just not invoicing anything and it's a whole mess. Then this one is for invoice numbers. This correlates to my QuickBooks invoice number. So if I've got a project and the client's asking, what's that invoice number, or how much do we pay you for that? Because sometimes they're doing bookkeeping, or I just want to check, I can just look this up in QuickBooks or whatever payment service you use. So then over here is due dates. This is basically it could be an internal due date, it could be external from the client, and based on that, it'll calculate and tell you how many days you have left. So I find this to be super useful, and I just love that every single project is its own page. So you can drop in the properties here, and you can even put, meeting minutes in here. You can also put action items. You can just fill this up with anything. It could be to-do lists, it could be, bulleted lists, literally anything, fully customizable. So to take it one step further, I've basically included a bunch of resources that I often use. So these are like proposal templates. So literally like the text I use for proposals, email outreach templates. So like cold outreach, a portfolio PDF template. And this is actually a resource because I get a lot of PDF portfolios from people, and I feel like they never give me the information I need to know. So I've created this little resource right here. And this is something that you can expand on. It's all modular. You can subtract things. But the idea is if you're reaching out to somebody, just put what services you include and put a range for prices. That's exactly what, this little portfolio does, and your best work, of course. but it drives me nuts when I receive a portfolio and I have to like send another message. Well, how much does this cost? And it's like, you're just creating an extra step. Like just be honest, just put the numbers there. So we've created the same thing or the same version in a website template. So this uses Framer. It's a great tool. And you basically have a website portfolio ready to go. And then the next thing I want to talk about is the project pricing calculator. This is how I come up with my own jobs. And this is all to say, these resources that you're seeing here, I've bundled this all together into what I'm calling the Archviz Business Kit. And this actually, it is a module part of the ArchViz Academy, but you guys have asked me so much like, oh, can we just have like the business module broken out and, pay a cheaper rate for that? So I listened. So this is ArchViz Business Kit. You get access to this and you get about three hours worth of content of me just talking about business, some pointers, some things I've learned over the years. So that's all available for sale. Usually $200, dropping it down to $69. So if you're interested, link is in the description below. But anyways, let's talk about the project pricing calculator and how I use this. So what this is a handy tool that we've developed. And like you could use an Excel spreadsheet, but I feel like this is so much more interactive and more fun. But this is how you can calculate project quotes. So you can either do it hourly or by area. And we even support square foot or square meters. And it even converts it. Look at that. Pretty handy. So this is how it works. I'll sit down and I'll say, how much am I, charging per hour? This will tell me exactly what I need to charge. It'll cover my overhead and profit. So let's say I have someone working for me, I've got overflow work. I'm too busy. They get paid $50 an hour, right? So we talk about how long it's going to take. Let's say it's 10 hours, right? So most freelancers would just be like, okay, yeah, that fee is $500. But the problem with that is you're never building in your overhead or profit. If someone or, even yourself are doing the work and you're not getting paid extra for all the other stuff like meetings or like revisions or expenses, contingencies, software, hardware, who's paying for that? That comes out of overhead. So it's important you have something like that. So we've got a little multiplier here that you can basically play with to add more or less overhead. If a client is going to be a pain to work with, crank it up. If they're very, easy and you can knock this out quick and they've got a low budget, lower your overhead. But it's good to have something here. That way you're basically safe. That's the whole point of a contingency. Then there's the profit multiplier. Always important to bake in some sort of profit because if you're running a business, you should be making money, right? You shouldn't be losing money. So this will allow you to add a multiplier on top of everything so you can get some profit built in. Obviously, if you crank it super high, your client's going to say no, you're going to get underbid. So you have to be realistic, but it's important to have something in there because otherwise you're just not making money. Like sure, you're getting paid for your time, but you're not getting paid beyond that. And I think that's something a lot of people struggle with. It's okay to charge more than your time. You're running a business. And then there's hard costs. This is like, let's say you have to print something out. We have these architectural review boards in New York, and I'm sure it happens in the States, where people have to print giant renderings on foam core boards and present it. That has a cost to it. So if you're doing that for your client, you could just add that in. Let's say it's $500 and that just gets added in. And the calculation's always down here. It's very transparent and you can even export it as CSV. But let's say you're working for like square footage or square meters and you've got a large project. You don't know how long it's going to take you. You could just drop in that square footage size. So let's say, 3,000 square feet. And this rate per square foot, that's something you're going to have to come up with. It's just one of those things. It depends on the project size. Think of this as like your billing rate. So let's just say for 3,000 square feet, it's $1, just to keep the math simple. Then you also get your overhead and your profit. So if you have nothing here, it's just going to add that hard cost. If you have anything, if not, it's just that straight 3,000. But this is an easy way for you to just come up with some numbers, grab that, drop it into an email, and then that's your proposal. So easy peasy. So anyways, this again is all included in the Archviz Business Kit. If you're part of the Archviz Academy, you already get this. This is actually like one of our 14 modules just the business is one module out of 14. We cover a bunch of different things in there. So if you're interested in joining the Academy, there's a link in the description, of course. But anyways, we're offering this as just a way for you to get, a sense of what the Academy is. It also puts you in the community at a extremely reduced rate, so you can ask questions, talk to peers there. It's a pretty amazing place. So anyways, excited to hear what you guys think about this, and hopefully I see you in the Academy.